Okay. Beta. I'm gonna show y'all boys where I'm from, man. I'm from.
Your opponent, Anthony Yarde, was quoted recently saying that he's going to, quote, put you to sleep this upcoming Saturday. Do you care to respond to that?
Yeah, well, let's see what he could do. Everybody says they could do this, they could do that, but once again, the ring with me is a whole different story. You know, I have one of the best IQs in boxing. We could say that Anthony Yarde had great performances against Artur Beterbiev and Kovalev, but he got stopped in both those fights. You know, I think what I've showed already, I've been champion since I was 20 years old, so I'm on the same caliber of those guys. If not, I say I'm even better than those guys. So if he says he's gonna put me to sleep, he better put his money where his mouth is.
Hey man, say man, what it do, still with the camp, sound like a man, big boss dog, can't pull through the door, here to talk to us about this fucking masculinity. Sometimes don't let us compete with dude and officer. Carter Benavidez, not me, you matter, peak game, 84's on swing. Benavidez, Anthony Yarde, let's talk about it. This is a very good fight, I like it. It's a good test for Benavidez. Anthony Yarde is a tough, scrappy UK fighter. He ain't gonna fold easily. So Benavidez is gonna really have to set a lot of things up. I think Benavidez, his last couple of fights, he kind of been trying to bully people, you know, because he's used to doing that, right? At 168, he's the bigger man. He'd rather bully you and try to, you know, kind of manhandle you, things of that nature, and just let his hands go and overwhelm you. Well, and he's quickly finding out at 175, you know, he got to set things up. You know, a lot of these dudes, some of these dudes bigger than him, you know, so he got to be able to, you know, set things up, utilize his jab, and get back to the fundamentals. And I think that's what he's going to do in this fight. I think he's going to have to in this fight if he wants to beat Anthony Yarde. He's going to have to utilize his jab. He's going to have to utilize head movement. He's going to have to move around the ring a little bit, kind of set things up, right? Anthony Yarde, he's stepping. You know, he's saying, I'm coming to knock Benavidez out, right? So, you know, and I'm not going to lie to you, at 175, it could be possible. You know what I mean? Anybody could be, you know, touched and knocked out, pause. So, I think that what Yarde got to do is apply smart, calculated pressure. But he got to be active, though. When I mean active with his hands is kind of letting his hands go. Not kind of. But letting his hands go, right? Letting his hands go, getting on the jab, throwing in between Benavidez shots. I know Benavidez got very fast hands for 175, but he gotta slow Benavidez down. Go to his body, right? Counter Benavidez. If he do that, he may be able to hurt Benavidez. You know what I mean? But he gotta establish, you know, his own pace. He gotta slow that mug down, right? He gotta take over the fight. If he don't do that, Benavidez, I'm telling you, gonna switch cheese him. That's what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? Now he laying on the ground. So, now they all fighting at 5, 6 in the morning, right? And everybody know them Saudi Arabians over there, you know, they be putting stuff in the food and all that. So we'll see how they fight. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, they fighting early in the morning. I think Benavidez, by the time he fight, it may be 9 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? But it's a good fight. I got Benavidez winning by unanimous decision. I think Benavidez is, like I said earlier, gonna be able to establish his jab and kind of show his ring IQ a little bit, move around, things of that nature. Now, what I don't want Benavidez to do is get caught up in, you know, the whole, like, he's just a big guy bully talk, right? Live with who you are as a fighter. I think a lot of fighters get caught up in that, trying to prove that they can do other stuff. You know what I mean? And he may be able to do that. But you got to go with what's working. You know what I'm saying? Take what they give you. Pause. You know, if the opponent you in there with, he allowing you to bully him, then do it. You know, it's kind of like in football, right? When you got a defense that's aggressive, what are you going to do? You're going to throw screen plays. You're going to run draw plays up the middle. You're taking what they give you. Pause. Right? If they playing cover 2, you know, you're basically gonna, do what to a cover two, right? Because a lot of time they got safeties over the top. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna have like maybe a corner route where you could throw the ball in between the corner and the safety, right? Or take the check down. You see what I'm saying? Like, or an angle route or out route. Like, you're gonna take what they give you. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean with Dave Benavidez. If Anthony Yarde is allowing you to bully him, then hey, do that. Don't get caught up in, oh man, I want to show my boxing IQ. I want to show them that, I can box and I could, man, dang all that. Take what he give you. Pause. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'll say the same thing for Anthony Yarde. Like, if Dave Benavidez is being hesitant and all that, hey man, maul him. Which, it's not the Dave Benavidez nature to be hesitant. But like I say, people fight different in Saudi. So you don't know. You feel me? You just never know. I ain't seen nobody went over there and just had a spectacular performance. You like, wow. Nah. So I got Dave Benavidez by unanimous decision. I don't see any knockdowns or a knockout. I think Dave Benavidez, if anybody gonna knock anybody out, it's gonna be Dave Benavidez. But I don't see that happening in this fight. I just think it's gonna be a one-sided beatdown Dave Benavidez way. I could be wrong though. That's the beautiful thing about boxing. Every fighter got a chance. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Box gone.